What's up, fight fans? Thank you very much for tuning in. Much appreciated. Again, we're talking about Mayweather McGregor. I kind of promised myself I wouldn't do no more videos on this subject, so this really isn't about them. It's about Nathan Cleverly, as you guys know from the thumbnail and from the title. So, a lot of people have been talking about it on Twitter. I don't think many people have made videos about it, and it did bother me somewhat. So I wanted to make a video about it. We know that he's fighting Badou Jack. Nathan Cleverly is a WBA regular light heavyweight champion. I think that's important when discussing this. A regular light heavyweight champion, and he's taking on Badou Jack, who's coming up from super middleweight, who's now dropped his belt. Last time he fought James DeGale in a very, very good fight, a draw. He's been in there against George Groves as well, won that by a split. So he's known. He's known to the general public, especially in America. Although he's from Sweden, fighting under the Mayweather banner, everyone knows who Badou Jack is. But Badou Jack nonetheless is getting paid $750,000. That's the basic. That's what we know of. I'm sure it'll be added to. He'll probably get over $1 million. And Nathan Cleverly is getting a basic of $100,000. Now, for us in the UK, I say us, even though I'm in Nigeria right now, but for us in the UK, we know that probably works out as about £70,000. Again, Nathan Cleverly will probably be getting more. He's under contract with Matchroom, so he'll probably be getting something from there. I mean, probably, it's a big opportunity. He sponsors, unlike UFC, where you can't really have outside sponsors, he'll probably be getting some sort of sponsorship for the fight from various different companies. Obviously, he'll be saying, look, this is the biggest fight ever. I know, so it will rise. It will rise. It'll probably go towards the $500,000 mark. But nonetheless, his basic, nonetheless, is $70,000 to £75,000. I don't know the conversion rate off head. That's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Embarrassingly low. For a number of reasons. There's no way on earth Nathan Cleverly got paid that little as a basic when he was under Box Nation, Frank Warren, fighting not so great people as a world champion. No way. He would have been getting, I think, around the $300,000 to $400,000 mark. That's just a guess. I'm not sure. Someone might have proof of that, but he was nowhere getting that low. The strange thing now is that Nathan Cleverly is arguably fighting tougher opponents. Jürgen Brähmer, from Farah, Jack, his last three, and he's getting paid less. So he was fighting lesser opponents as a world champion. Not in front of big crowds either, and getting paid more. He's now fighting harder opponents, again as a world champion, albeit a regular one, and he's getting paid that kind of change. That's low. That's low. We have looked at it, so we've looked at it, all the people have seen the paper with what everyone else is getting, and we've looked at it and we're upset. We're upset for him. Can you imagine Nathan Cleverly? So he's got that paper, already knows anyway, but now it's on paper and he sees it. And he's probably thinking, I've been fighting since I was 12, professionally since I was 18, 19, Nathan Cleverly. I've been a world champion. I'm now a world champion of sorts. I've only lost to decent opponents, Bellew at cruiserweight and Kovalev. So I've only got a couple of losses. And from Farah, which was, I think, one of the fights of the year candidate. And there's a guy on the card who's a novice. Yes, he talks like he's a novice. He's going home with a basic of 30 million basic guaranteed, which will go up towards 100 million, and I'm going home with £70,000. The guy that I'm fighting is going home with $750,000 basic. He's coming up to challenge me for my title, and I'm going home with $75,000. People might say Badou Jack's a draw. No, he's not. Badou Jack, A, is not a draw, and B, there's no fan has bought a ticket thinking, I can't wait to see Badou Jack fight. There's not one fan in that arena tomorrow that has bought their ticket, or sorry, tomorrow, this evening or late in the morning, whatever, that has bought their ticket on the basis that, my God, I can't wait to see Badou Jack. Not one. So people that are saying Badou Jack's a draw, stop it. Because this fight isn't Badou Jack versus Nathan Cleverly headline. They are the third fight down on the card. It's obviously Mayweather, Gervonta Davis, then Badou Jack Cleverly. No one has bought a ticket. So whether or not this guy is a draw doesn't make any sense in this. This is just your promoter being able to negotiate a deal, and he's negotiated $100,000 basic for you dollars where Floyd Mayweather and his team negotiated $750,000. What? How is that even allowed? I don't know, when all's said and done, if I'm not Nathan Cleverly and I don't just sit back in my hotel room, and yes, it's a big event, but no one really cares that you're there, let's be honest, and just think, what's the point? What's the point? I've been world champion. Unless, yeah, I'll be in good fights again, but really against the top 5 or 6 in the division, I'm not beating them. I'm not going to beat Andre Ward for his belts. I'm not going to have a chance of fighting Adonis Stevenson. Maybe, but I'll probably get beat by Adonis Stevenson. And then the other guys are probably too good for me right now, the likes of Bertabiev and so on and so forth. And think, what's the point? For 75 grand, what's the point? What am I getting out of this? What am I getting out of this? They're putting me in against tougher opponents than I've ever been in against. Mine is Kovalev, and I'm getting paid less money for it. I don't know what he does. Obviously, Eddie Hearn doesn't give a shit about him. Hence why he's chucking him to wolf after wolf after wolf. But I would look at it and I'd probably, I don't know who his manager is, but I'd probably want to get out of this contract situation I'm in with Eddie Hearn and try and do something. The problem for Nathan Cleverly is that he's never been a draw. So even when he was fighting Tony Bellew, he had, as the champion, had to go up to Liverpool to fight Tony Bellew, and then obviously the rematch of Cruiser again to Liverpool to fight Tony Bellew. He's not a draw. And I think that's the issue. So even if he does come back, even if he does switch promoters and say maybe he does go back with Frank, it's going to be difficult to build him and get any money for him because he's not a draw. And the title that he's got is a regular title and no one really cares about it. There's not domestic showdowns either. The likes of Anthony Yardy's too fresh and too new and not really a big name. And Frank Buglioni, again, not really a big name. So he's having to do it the hard way. But for £75,000 on... Look, someone said, all right, you're going to be involved, you're going to be the co-main event for the biggest financial fight in the history of boxing. Yes, this sport has been going on over 100 years. Hey, we're going to give him 75 grand as a basic. I'll tell him to fuck off.